America has a long history of prejudice and discrimination based on race, religion, power, and social class. The world of classical dance training faces the same struggles. In Just Mercy, we hear several personal stories like Walter McMillan's, centered around the idea of racial discrimination. I would like to share with you all a personal story about the discrimination towards body types present within the world of dance. I have been dancing my entire life. What may have been a hobby when I was little has now become a career, so to speak. In high school, I entered a rigorous art program known as the Governor's School for the Arts. Many students are used to written exams each semester, but as an art student, things ran a little different. Each semester, our dancing was examined and critiqued, followed by a meeting. Each meeting consists of a one-on-one discussion with each dance student and the entire faculty. The meetings generally discuss things that each student needs to work on, how to improve, or ways in which a student has improved. My meetings were generally smooth sailing. I had corrections, of course, but never left a meeting feeling defeated. However, not every student had the same experience. One of my friends in the program, Haley, exited a meeting with tears streaming down her face. She was told that she needed to work on her image. Many of the faculty believed she was overweight and needed to focus on slimming down. Upon Walter's inaccurate conviction and imprisonment, Bryan Stevenson shares his thoughts that maybe we judge some people unfairly. Haley had felt exactly that, unfairly judged. She felt that her hard work had not been acknowledged and she was unjustly criticized. This remark not only left my friend defeated, but confused. I noticed with my two eyes the effect this remark had on her and her success in the program. Her name was rarely seen on the cast list, and her time on stage seemed to slim down significantly. There seemed to be a discrimination toward my friend and the other dancers in the program that were of similar shape and size. Cast lists became very selective, consisting of the taller ladies who were generally very thin and had long legs. In my head, I knew that dance had always been a very selective art form, but never imagined that I would experience it in my everyday surroundings. In today's world, one that supposedly supports diversity, it did not feel right. What the faculty didn't understand was how the remark truly affected her. In some ways, it imprisoned her. She no longer had the ambition to reach for her goals because she felt she would never successfully fulfill them. She had major dancer's block, so to speak, and thought she truly wasn't fit to be a dancer. Upon Walter's release, we watched him struggle to feel like the man he was before his conviction. We witnessed the negative image society has plastered upon him after all was said and done. A similar negative image was plastered on Haley by our faculty, which left her struggling to find her artistic identity. Walter fought for compensation to make up for the years he lost in prison. Haley fought too, but was never offered compensation for the discrimination which was so crudely thrown at her. There are many factors which contribute to dance's lack of diversity: economic inequality, race, and of course body type. Walter and Bryan Stevenson share their confusion about the selective all-white jury set to represent him. I have a similar confusion about the very selective body image expected of ballerinas. Too often people define ballet in a very specific sense of what it must look like. Dance focuses on the idea that our instrument is our body physique, and for that reason, it must be aesthetically pleasing, right? Bryan Stevenson talks about how diversity needs to be embraced. In my eyes, diversity in dance needs to be acknowledged, and the practice should be accessible to all. Why is it that everyone has to be uniformly thin? Who would it hurt to have a greater range of physiques and race represented on the stage? I strongly believe that thinness, long legs, and willowy arms no longer needs to be the defining characteristics of a great dancer. Perhaps these problems that dancers face seem trivial, especially to those who do not dance. However, these are the social defined problems that our dance community faces in our attempts to become successful artists. In the words of Bryan Stevenson, we all need mercy, we all need justice, and we all need some measure of grace.